Gone Bakers, and welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and if you're new here, I share lots of delicious homestyle recipes as well as baking tips and tricks. Today I wanted to share with you and show you all how to dehydrate citrus, because this recipe is a great way to enjoy dried citrus on things like a cake. It makes a beautiful topping, or you can also have it in cocktails. You can dip them in chocolate and eat them as they are. They are a wonderful garnish as well to like a nice cheese board or a cheese plate. So let's get to it. Dehydrated citrus has made an absolute comeback. Everyone's buying it at the moment. It's actually pretty expensive to buy in jars, but everyone's loving it and putting it in cocktails and that kind of thing. But the thing is, this is actually really easy and you can do it yourself and save yourself a ton of money. You might be wondering what type of citrus that you can dehydrate. So you can dehydrate things like oranges, blood oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruit if you like. Pretty much most citrus you can dehydrate. Now the hardest part about this recipe is literally waiting. You want to do this on a day where you've got some time. So to dehydrate citrus, it's pretty much sucking out all of the moisture from that fruit. And you want to do that on a low and slow time frame. I've preheated my oven to 100 degrees or about 210 degrees Fahrenheit. And you want to do that so that it's really slow and keep it on that low temperature the whole time. When we're dehydrating the citrus, I usually put it in the oven on a piece of parchment paper. Just get a baking tray, line it with parchment paper like this, and then you'll want to do it for at least 2 hours. And then at that 2 hour mark, you want to rotate it and flip the citrus. And depending on the size of the citrus, it will take shorter or longer. Some of the bigger ones will probably take another hour to 2 hours to dehydrate, and some of the smaller ones may just take an extra 30 minutes to an hour. It really just depends on the size of the fruit. I'm really bad at juggling, but I'm gonna give this a go. Gotta get that third one. Nope, not the lime. I can do 2. No, not gonna happen. Definitely won't be joining the circus anytime soon. I'm gonna stick to baking. We're going to start preparing these now by slicing our fruit. So I've got my beautiful lemon here, and I'm going to cut it into nice even slices. And you want to do it not too thin, not too thick. Now, these will start to shrivel and kind of compact while they're cooking in the oven, and then once they cool again. So I'm cutting mine to about 6 or 7 mil, just over 1/2 centimeter or 1/4 inch thick. Really though, you don't have to worry too much about getting it perfect. It's more just making sure that whatever size or slice that you decide to go with, that you remain consistent. You can also use a mandolin to slice these because it cuts everything to the same thickness. But if you don't have one, just try to make it as even as possible and don't stress too much if it's not perfect. Now I'm going to cut my beautiful orange. Oh, look at that, how pretty. This orange is making my mouth water. It smells so beautiful and fresh and juicy. Last but not least, we have our little lime here. And because this one's smaller, it will cook faster. Grab your tray here, and that's lined with parchment paper. Start putting them on the tray, and you definitely want to put down parchment paper or something non-stick. It's just going to help with drying these out and not sticking to the base of that tin. So pop them on now, and you can do it in any way you like. Just get them on the tray. I like to alternate colors though, because it looks pretty. My tray is full and I have a few leftover slices. So you can chop them up and make some lemon, orange and lime water, which is super tasty. It's also good for you, get that cleanse on. Otherwise, you can just eat it now. I'm just going to sprinkle on some of the cinnamon and brown sugar now, and I don't want all of them to be like that because this lot here that I've already done has that cinnamon and brown sugar. It's actually one of my girlfriend's recipes. So I want to do half without, just so I can have that differentiation. With the cinnamon and brown sugar, it's literally just a sprinkle. We're just giving the citrus a little kiss with a little bit of extra, and it's going to make them brown and tasty and beautiful. That is literally it. I've got half of them covered in that little dusting there, and then the other half are going to be all natural. And they go into the oven, as I said, 2 hours, low and slow. Mine's on 100 degrees Celsius. If you can make yours less, then that's good too. Anywhere between 80 and 100 degrees Celsius is good. Don't forget, at the 2 hour mark, rotate them, flip the citrus, and then give them about another hour to 2 hours, depending on how long they will need. You'll know when they're ready to come out because they will start to become quite brittle. So they'll be hard on the edges, they'll be shriveled, and then once at that point, bring them out of the oven and allow them to completely cool. So it's a good idea to probably set a timer, otherwise you might forget that you have citrus dehydrating in the oven. I'm not going to make you wait 4 hours to check out the dehydrated citrus. Here are some that I did yesterday, and this is the lemons, the limes, the oranges as well. Here is how the orange turned out. So pretty, beautiful. This is my lemon that has dehydrated, and you can see here the kind of shininess to it. They kind of crystallize almost, and they shrink and become brittle. Last but not least, one of the little limes here. So cute. This will look beautiful in a drink. These ones here, the limes that have gone a bit browner, they're just a little bit more darker in color because I put some, these are the ones that had the brown sugar on them, and I probably put a little bit too much on them, but I still thought that they looked really beautiful, and I love the darkness to them. I thought that they would still be great to use. They're still gonna look awesome and really striking. Once they've come out of the oven and you let them completely cool, if you do find that there are any with a little bit of moisture on them, you can put them on a paper towel and just let that moisture come out a little bit further. But they're the ones you want to use first, because the ones that are really dry, they will keep the longest. So if you're gonna have a cake soon or have that refreshing drink that you want to use them in, use those ones first. To finish it off, I'm gonna make myself a really nice, refreshing soda drink with our beautiful dehydrated citrus here. There we go. How beautiful is this? We have instantly transported ourselves to somewhere tropical and beautiful, which is just what we want in the middle of COVID, where you can't go anywhere. Time for a drink. Oh yeah, it tastes like paradise. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. I really hope that you have some time to dehydrate your own citrus. As you can see, they are absolutely beautiful. You can store them for up to a year, sometimes even longer if they're dehydrated correctly. You want to put them in the fridge in a Ziploc bag or in a really cool, dry, dark place. They'll be fine as well. If you do like this video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell as well, because I have a new video coming out every single week. Thanks again, and I'll see you again next week. Cheers. Bye.